You ever meet someone you haven't seen in 5 years and realize, with a sick feeling in your stomach, that absolutely nothing about you has changed? Same job, same complaints, same excuses wearing different dates on the calendar. They've transformed. You just aged. What if I told you there's a version of you that died 12 months ago? Not metaphorically, actually died. They made a different choice back then, one single pivot, and that version no longer exists. But the life they would have lived, that's the one you're about to see. Let me show you what you killed to stay comfortable. The funeral you didn't attend. Close your eyes. You're standing in a cemetery. But this isn't a normal funeral. There's no casket, no flowers, no other mourners. Just you, and a gravestone with your name on it. Except the dates are wrong. It says you died 12 months ago, but you're standing here, breathing, confused. And then you see them, another you, walking toward you from the other side of the cemetery. Same face, same body, but something's different. The way they move, the energy they carry, the look in their eyes. This is the version of you that died 12 months ago when you chose comfort over change. The version that would have existed if you'd made a different choice. And they've come back, just for a moment, to show you what happened in the timeline where they survived. They stop in front of you, look you in the eyes, and ask one question that cracks you open. Do you know why you're still alive and I'm not? You shake your head, because you were too afraid to let go. You held on to the old version, the safe one, the comfortable one, the one everyone already knew, and you strangled the person you could have become. You kill me to stay the same. Watching the version that lived. The other you, the one from the timeline that split 12 months ago, gestures toward the gravestone, and suddenly you're watching, like a movie playing on a marble surface. You see both timelines at once. Your timeline, the loop. You watch yourself wake up 12 months ago, the day the choice was available, the day transformation was possible, and you see yourself hesitate. You think about changing. You feel that spark, that brief window where something different feels possible. But then the fear creeps in, the comfort whispers, the old patterns pull, and you choose to stay. I'll start Monday, you tell yourself, when I have more time, when I feel ready, when conditions are better. Monday comes. You don't start. You tell yourself the same thing. Next Monday, next month, next year. And the months blur forward. You watch yourself living the same patterns on repeat. Same morning routine, or lack of one. Same scrolling habits. Same escape mechanisms when discomfort hits. Same excuses dressed up in new situations. You see yourself say yes out of fear instead of strategy. Quit the exact moment progress stops feeling exciting. Lie to yourself about why you're not moving forward. Negotiate with your feelings every single morning. Do I feel like working out? Do I feel like creating? Do I feel motivated? You never do, so you don't. By month 3, the spark is gone. The possibility you felt 12 months ago, dead, buried, forgotten. By month 6, you stop pretending you're going to change. You've accepted this version as permanent. This is just who you are. By month 12, right now, standing in this cemetery, you look exactly the same as you did a year ago. Maybe slightly more tired, slightly more resigned, but fundamentally unchanged. You watch your own face in that timeline, and you can see it the moment you stopped believing you could be different, the moment you accepted the loop as your fate. Their timeline, the split. Now watch what happened in the other timeline, the one where you made a different choice. Same day, 12 months ago, same spark of possibility. But this version, they didn't hesitate. They didn't wait for Monday or perfect conditions or the feeling of being ready. They chose, and in choosing, they killed the comfortable version. Let them die, mourn them briefly, then moved forward. Month 1, you watch them start with awareness. Not dramatic changes, just seeing clearly. They notice when they scroll to escape discomfort, when they say yes out of fear, when they quit before progress gets hard. They don't judge it, don't fix it yet, just see it. And the awareness alone makes it unbearable to stay the same. You can see on their face That moment when you can't unknow what you've learned. When the old house becomes too small to live in anymore. Month 2, they start chipping away, creating structure. Every morning, 3 commands. Remember what's good. Decide what matters. Do the thing you're avoiding. It doesn't feel natural at first. You see them struggle. Some mornings they fail. Some days they backslide. But they keep showing up. Keep chipping. Like Michelangelo removing everything that isn't David. Month 3, something shifts. They stop negotiating with their feelings. You watch them go to the gym even when they don't feel like it. Write even when they're not inspired. Show up even when it's hard. Because they've stopped asking their emotions for permission. They're building proof. Evidence that when they say they'll do something, they actually do it. That internal trust, you can see it growing, solidifying, becoming the foundation of everything else. Month 6, the habits are stable now. Automatic. They don't need willpower anymore. They've built infrastructure. The decision is already made. The action is automatic. Morning routine. Deep work blocks. Movement. Rest. Repeat. But something else changed too. The way they carry themselves. The decisions they make. They're not asking, can I, anymore. They're asking, which version of me makes this choice? You see them turn down invitations that would have pulled them back into old patterns. Walk away from friendships that celebrated comfort over growth. Create distance from anyone who wants the old version back. It looks lonely. Sometimes it is. But they're not lonely, they're focused. They're protecting the new identity they're building. Month 12, you're watching them today, right now, and they're unrecognizable. Not just physically, though yes, they're leaner, stronger, they move differently, but energetically, internally. The look in their eyes, the certainty in their movements, the quiet confidence of someone who's proven they can trust themselves. They don't talk about discipline anymore. They embody it. They don't chase motivation. They have systems that carry them. They don't need external validation. They have internal proof. And here's what breaks your heart. This person, this transformed, unrecognizable version, they were available to you 12 months ago. They were possible. The only thing standing between you and them was one choice, one pivot, one willingness to let the comfortable version die. The truth about identity death. The other you, the transformed one, steps closer, and you can feel the difference between you. It's not subtle, it's seismic. They speak, and their voice is different, clearer, more certain. You want to know the real difference between your timeline and mine? It's not that I'm more talented, more motivated, more disciplined by nature. It's that I was willing to kill who I was, and you weren't. You think transformation is about adding more habits, more goals, more effort, but it's not. It's about destroying everything that doesn't belong. It's about taking a mental hammer to every belief, every automatic reaction, every inherited comfort zone, and letting the old identity shatter. You can't upgrade the software while the old operating system is still running. You have to delete it completely, reboot from scratch, and that's what you weren't willing to do. They gesture back at your timeline. You try to change your results while keeping your identity intact. You wanted the new life without killing the old self. And 6 months later, you were right back in the same loop because you never actually transformed. You just rearranged. I'm not you with better habits. I'm a completely different person. And the only reason I exist is because 12 months ago, I was willing to let you die. The moment the timelines merge. Suddenly, you're back. The cemetery disappears. The other version fades. You're alone in your room. It's 12 months ago. The choice is in front of you again. Except this time, you've seen both futures. You know what happens if you choose comfort. You know what's possible if you choose transformation. And you understand something that changes everything. You are not who you think you are. You are who your habits have decided you'll be. Right now, you're a collection of automatic routines you didn't consciously choose. Inherited comfort zones. Unconscious reactions. That's not your real identity. That's just the default programming running on autopilot. The real you? The version you're trying to become? They're already there, buried under layers of noise, expectations, other people's opinions, accumulated distractions. You're not the marble, you're the sculptor. And the work isn't adding more, it's removing everything that doesn't belong. The architecture of dying and being reborn. Here's how you kill the old version and let the new one emerge. Phase 1, Awareness, Month 1. Grab your mental hammer. Start seeing clearly. When do you scroll to escape? When do you say yes out of fear? When do you quit before progress gets hard? When do you lie to yourself about why you're stuck? Don't judge. Don't fix yet. Just see. Awareness is the first swing. Once you see the cracks in your foundation, you'll never be able to live in that old house again. Phase 2, the sculptor, months 2 to 3. Create structure. Every morning, 3 commands. Remember what's good, gratitude, proof, what's working. Decide what matters, the one thing, the needle mover. Do the thing you're avoiding, the uncomfortable task, the hard work. Do this daily, even when it feels mechanical, even when it feels forced. That's how masterpieces form, one disciplined chip at a time. Phase 3, discipline engineering, months 3 to 4. Stop negotiating with your feelings. Treat your commitments like gravity, non-negotiable, non-debatable laws of your universe. Instead of saying, I'll work out when I feel like it, say, I work out at 8 a.m. because clarity beats motivation every time. And replace, I'll create when inspired with, I work on my craft for 30 minutes daily, turning inspiration into a habit and progress into something inevitable. The goal isn't perfection, it's proof. Proof that you can trust yourself, that when you say you'll do something, you actually do it. Phase 4, identity rewrite, months 5 to 6. Stop speaking from your old identity. Start speaking from your next version's perspective. Instead of saying, I'm trying to be consistent, say, I finish what I start. Because consistency isn't a goal, it's a result of commitment. Replace, I should work out more with, I train because that's who I am, turning effort into identity rather than obligation. And rather than, I want to be disciplined, say, I follow through when no one's watching, because true discipline shows up in silence, not in promises. Your brain doesn't care what's objectively true. It cares what's consistently repeated. You're not lying. You're programming your subconscious to recognize the version that's already emerging. Phase 5, flow state, months 7 to 9. This is where it stops feeling like effort. Your habits and beliefs align. Momentum carries you. The grind turns into glide. And every day with one question, what did I do today that my old self wouldn't have? That question alone rewires you faster than any motivation ever could. It forces you to track your evolution in real time, to notice the gap widening between who you were and who you're becoming. Phase 6, integration, months 10 to 12. Before every choice, ask, what would the 12-month ahead version of me do right now? That's not visualization. That's identity rehearsal. You're not imagining a future version. You're becoming them by making their decisions today. The moment you consistently act like the person you want to become, life updates in real time. The choice that kills or creates. 12 months from now, you're going to be standing somewhere, looking back at this exact moment, and one of 2 things will be true. Option 1, you'll still be in the loop, slightly older, slightly more tired, same patterns, same excuses, same version of yourself that you've been dragging around for years. You'll meet someone from your past and realize with that sick feeling, nothing changed. You're still just aging. Option 2, you'll be unrecognizable. Your old self will feel like a stranger, not in a traumatic way, but in a proof of growth way. You'll look back and think, I really used to live like that. I really thought that way. And you'll be grateful, devastatingly grateful, that you were willing to let that person die. The difference between those futures? One choice, right now, this moment. Are you willing to let the comfortable version die? To take a hammer to the old identity and let it shatter? To be uncomfortable, lonely at times, like you're outgrowing your own skin? Or are you going to hold on to the familiar, the safe, the version everyone already knows, and kill the person you could have become? The person waiting to be born. Tomorrow morning, The choice begins again. But this time, you know what's at stake. Phase 1 starts with awareness. Just notice. When do you escape? When do you quit? When do you lie to yourself? Then Phase 2, structure. 3 commands. Every morning, remember, decide, do. Build from there. 1 phase, 1 day, 1 decision. You don't need to see the entire staircase. You just need to be willing to let the old version fall. Your comfortable life is waiting to repeat itself. Your transformed life is waiting to be built. One version dies today. The other is born. Which one are you choosing?